Hello, my name is Benjamin Hart. I'm an American attorney and the managing director of Integrity Legal here in Bangkok, Thailand. Now, there may be some watching this channel who are probably saying, okay, another one of these no quarantine videos. We've heard a lot of speculation about this possibly happening. We thought it was going to happen starting in October. That's not happened. It's not on the cards. You're making another one. You know, I'm sure there's people out there that are a bit dismissive of this, and I totally understand the sentiment. Let me be clear on that. However, based on the source on this one and sort of the circumstances on the ground, I think there is at least some reason to be cautiously optimistic that this is in fact what's going to ultimately come down in the coming weeks. So November 1 being a reopening date for vaccinated arrivals to be able to not have to undergo a quarantine. A recent article from Reuters, and I actually found this via ASEAN Now, that's ASEANnow.com, but I wanted to go ahead and go to the source material because, one, I find Reuters always to be a pretty credible source of information, and that's no knock on ASEAN Now. Obviously, we quote them rather frequently, but I wanted to go to the source material on this because, you know, as I said, we've been hearing so much about this that, you know, to get some concrete information is always best. Reuters, this is from Reuters, Reuters.com. Article is titled, Thailand to reopen to more vaccinated tourists from November. Quoting directly, Bangkok, September 27th, Thailand will waive its mandatory quarantine requirement in Bangkok in 9 regions from November 1 to vaccinated arrivals, authorities said on Monday, as the country tries to boost its immunization rate and revive its battered tourism sector. Quoting further, the regions include popular tourist areas Chiang Mai, Phang Nga, Krabi, Hua Hin, Pattaya, and Cha'am, and follow the successful reopening of Phuket and Samui Islands to vaccinated people in pilot schemes since July. The country is keen to welcome back foreign visitors after nearly 18 months of strict entry policies that contributed to a collapse in tourism, a key sector that drew 40 million visitors in 2019. Well, yeah, I think that's a bit of an understatement there with respect to everyone in Thailand being keen to go ahead and get things reopened. But long story short, yeah, it does. This to me appears, as of the time of this video, to be something solid, I'm hoping. You know, and I think, you know, where we have Reuters reporting and you know, they get, and I urge people to go check out this article. There's a lot of information in there. They point out that, you know, numbers of inoculations are rising and the overall situation in Thailand seems to have turned a corner. Hopefully that means we are now going into a period where hopefully we're going to start seeing things reopen, the sort of light at the end of the tunnel, so to speak. Now, that said, we've had a lot of false starts. You know, I don't know how many times I talked about travel bubbles in the last 18 months and nothing ever came of it. I don't know how many times we've talked about quarantine possibly ending. We've seen quarantine reduced and then reimposed. So it remains to be seen, but I truly do believe there is cause to be cautiously optimistic that come November 1, we're going to start seeing at least vaccinated arrivals begin being allowed to enter Thailand without the need to undergo a quarantine.